Okay, hey everybody, Matt here, and in today's video, I'm coming to you from my computer, and we are going to talk about parsers for logs, events, and other data types. So the parsers that I have for you guys today are very simple tools to use. One is called ALEAPP, and the other is called iLEAPP, but we're going to turn our attention to ALEAPP first because in the next video series that I have, I'm going to be talking about this app. And we're going to be using it a lot. So I thought I'd mention it. So in this case, ALEAPP is the Android logs, events, and protobuf parser. I might go over what a protobuf is later on in another series, talking about advanced data structures. But for now, just know that it's a way that Android stores data about things. And also for now, know that our most recent version of it is 3.22 or 3.2.2, and that by just looking ALEAPP up and going to the releases page, which I just clicked right now, and looking here for Windows, here for all the Macs, and here for Linux, you can find ALEAPP and get to using it yourself. So, and you can also read this right here to know a little bit about how to use it. But the main thing that we need here is for Windows, which I'm on right now, we use this executable file, and once we download that, we'll see it in the folder that we downloaded it to. So in this case, it's right here. And this is the iLEAPP GUI also. So you can do it from both command line and from GUI, but I think GUI is a lot easier. So first what you'll do is you'll browse for a file to find. So at least in this case, in mine, you'll do something like this, or you can browse for a folder, which the extracted version of that is what I have, and you get to put that wherever you need to. So if we decided to put that in here, for instance, we can press this process button, and it'll process all of these types of artifacts right here on the list. And eventually after that is done, it'll go into a folder that is under Hexordia and ALEAPP, and it'll give you all of these folders and all of these HTML files. So we can put that away, and as Firefox opens, it'll show our well-being account data. And we find here that this is also a protobuf parse data for the well-being account, and you'll find some XML, I believe this is, or no, sorry. You'll find some JSON objects that tell about well-being data here. And you'll also be able to find a bunch of other stuff, such as where it came from right here, and how long it took to process it. And every single file that it processed here, some of the device details that you may be interested to know, like that this specific Android image was an Android 9 image from a Pixel 3 and a release number here. And you'll also know that there was some ADB hosts used to grab this data from the phone, which that is the host name. And you can also see data from apps like Bumble. You can see the calendar events that this person had. You can see web data from Chrome, like the cookies from the data, the downloads that the browser had. And web history too. You can go through this on your own time. You can see some of the device info. You can see native downloads. So we can see here that a Minecraft image was downloaded. And you can see a study guide as well. And Firebase data, you can see a whole bunch of other stuff, including Gmail data, Gmail accounts, Gmail emails, that sometimes show the full email itself with all the web page built. You can see messages with data like who they're from, who they're sent to, and the message itself. You can see stuff about the installed apps and the app icons and everything else, information about the apps. And you can see a whole bunch of other logs of time that it was powered on, time that it was powered off, the permissions that it had given to it, or that apps had given to them, and some of the journaling data from things, and other apps, even Snapchat, and usage, like I said. And a bunch of other stuff. So I do also have an iOS image somewhere on my computer, but I won't show that to you just yet. I won't show that image to you just yet, but what I will do is I will open up the iOS version of it, which is iLEAPP, just so that you can see that for yourself. So iLEAPP looks remarkably similar to the ALEAPP, and it has the same features to it too, just like you can see here. And it can take up all of these artifacts. You can look at them yourself, and you can find some images that are compatible with the newest iLEAPP. And the cool thing about iLEAPP is that it parses up plists, which are preference lists for the iOS and Mac operating system. And what those things do is they store preferences like settings and a bunch of other stuff related to the settings on the phone or the Mac. And with that being said, you can see a lot of cool stuff that the person had doing on the phone or computer. Actually, let me see, I might have iOS 17.4. As you can see here, this run of iLEAPP failed for an iOS image on iOS 13.4. But this was for an older version of it, so it might work on a newer version that came out closer to today. So for today's homework, I'd like anyone watching here to find that Android image and just put it through iLEAPP. So where's Hex already at? Okay, so you're gonna grab this 2022 CTF Android image, which we will be using a lot later on as well. And you will look at this image, you will put it through ALEAPP, and in ALEAPP, you'll just see what you can find in ALEAPP. And as extra credit, you can also look online and first off, download iLEAPP, and second of all, once you do that, look online for an image and find an image that works with it. And once you do that, compare and contrast the data that each of them find. Now, I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Thanks for watching my channel, and I hope to see you again in the next series, which is going to be all about Android forensics. Now, have a great day, everyone.